The day has come for my first enduro race. This is the SingleTrack Mind Two Rivers race. They do this every year. It's a big festival. It lasts 3 days. On Saturdays, they do the enduro race. This is a 6-stage race. So it's I thought it was going to be decently manageable, but it's actually a little bit more challenging than what I thought it was going to be. Check out some of the footage that I got from it, and let me know what you guys think. All right, here we go. This is the start of stage 1. In an enduro race, if you're not familiar with it, there's liaison stages. Basically, you have to get to your first racing point, and that's what that first shot was. Here's a pretty cool guy that I met. His name's Brian. He seems pretty active in his community. From what I could tell, he did really good. This is stage 1, and we're off. This is actually the downhill section at Two Rivers. So I'm pretty familiar with this. I felt like I got a pretty good ride in. All right, here we go. This is the end of stage 1. You can see that the end has little signs, and it also has a little chip timer you go through. And here's stage 2. This is actually the enduro run at Two Rivers. It's a pretty neat little trail. There's this wooden feature right at the very beginning that has a pretty fun drop in, and there is a few little rock garden sections and some flow areas. I definitely went off the trail. Coming up right up here, there seems to be this curve right up here that always throws me for a loop, and I can never hit the right line on it. But man, I love this trail. It's always a blast to go down. Alright, here's the end of stage 2. Get this nice little ladder bridge you go across, and then at this point I was pretty spent, so I just jumped off the bike and hiked up this hill. Stage 3 is part of the West Loop. and it's just more of a single track line. But what was fun about this one is it's got some pretty fun little switchbacks. Only thing I forgot to do was to put my Camelback hose in its little spot, so it kind of flops in front of the camera here a couple times, but that's all right. Alright, that was stage 3. Now we're getting ready to go to stage 4, which is the one that everybody has been talking about all day. It is the bluff line. Now, the bluff line by itself is normally pretty sketchy. I don't know if you guys watched one of my videos before of the bluff line whenever the conditions were dry, but right now it is super slick, and you can see I kind of struggle a little bit through it, and actually have my first slip up on the bluff line, so it's kind of fun. There were some hecklers on there, you'll see them as I go by them, but it is definitely one of the most talked about trail stages during the entire race. So at this point, you see these people randomly standing there. This guy tells me to wheelie this, but my back wheel just literally slipped right out from under me. It was so slick. The other day when I rode this, it was completely dry, so you're just stuck to the trail, but now it was almost hard to even walk on. But here's all these hecklers. They were giving me quite a hard time, but it was all in good fun. So kind of walked my bike through some of this and just tried to make it out there safely, because once you fall, you lose so much time. You're better off just jumping off your bike and running through some of the sections to save time. But this is the end of stage 4. I was glad I finished whenever I did, because there was a guy coming up right behind me and I did not want to mess up his time at all. Alright, here we go. Here's stage 5. This is a super short stage. Literally took under 2 minutes to ride the entire thing, but it was kind of a relief, because after going downhill so much, your upper body and shoulders and back just get so wore out. It's so surprising how much energy it takes to stay focused and stay on the trail and pick the right lines. But this is a fun little course, a little bit loose, but definitely a good little section to ride on. This is the end of stage 5, and one more stage to go. This is where me and about 3 other guys got confused as to which way to go. We had to work our way back up to stage 6, and here's where stage 6 starts. This is actually the home run trail, and it's a fun little trail. I don't usually ride this trail this direction. I'm usually riding from the parking lot up the opposite way. But it's definitely fun to ride it here. There were some rutted out sections which made it a little bit tricky, but it's very fast, very flowy towards the end. So good little trail to end on. Drops you out right in the parking lot where all the vendors are, so it's pretty cool. This is it, the end of the Enduro for the day. Stage 6 ending coming up right here. Wow, what a day. Awesome runs.
But my first Enduro race I called a success. No major crashes, nothing went wrong with my bike. I held up. So all in all, it was an awesome race. Hopefully next year I can convince some of my friends to do it. I paid $25 to get into this race, and I've been here all day. So well worth the money. Definitely not one of those races where you feel like you have to pay hundreds of dollars to get into and you don't know if you're gonna like. $25, it was worth a shot, and I really liked it. Okay, so quick update. I remembered as I was getting ready to leave that I had to turn in my timing chip that's strapped to the bike. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have been charged $100. So I went up there, turned it in. They gave me a little sheet showing me my times with a big "did not finish" on it. Bummer. But the fact is, I did finish it. I've got the GPS to show it. I've also got the footage to show it. What happened was stage 1 had its timers still set up. When I finished stage 5, me and about 3 other guys were kind of confused as to which direction to go to get back. They didn't have it marked to get to stage 6, but we knew we had to take the fire road up, so we just took the trail back to the main area, and before I knew it, I went through a timing area stage 1 for a second time. So basically what that did is it stopped my chip from working. Whenever I got up to stage 6, it didn't show, it shows no time at all. So what I'm going to do is just go back and look at my Strava and actually see what my time was and just go from there. I didn't really expect to place in this at all. I mean, I think I did pretty good. I'll be interested to see what the results are. I definitely wasn't going to be in the spot to get any awards or anything, because I was just out there to have fun and a good time. But that DNF, that stinks. But it's all right. I finished. I know I finished. And I had a lot of fun. So that's what matters. All right. Until next time, get out there, run or bike, and just have fun. We'll see you guys.
Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, just like, subscribe, and leave me a comment.